Have you ever rolled out of bed, eyes half shut, and reached straight for the coffee maker like it's your lifeline? Yeah, me too. But what if I told you that you could wake up with more energy without a single drop of caffeine? Stick with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you science-backed ways to activate your brain and body in the morning. Methods that actually work better than your morning cup of joe. We've been conditioned to believe that coffee is the ultimate fix for low energy. And don't get me wrong, it can be helpful. But it's also a band-aid, not a cure. What most people don't realize is that caffeine doesn't create energy. It delays fatigue. It blocks adenosine, the chemical that makes you feel sleepy, but that chemical doesn't disappear. It piles up in the background, waiting. That's why you crash hard in the afternoon, and then you need another cup. If you're tired of riding the energy roller coaster, it's time to try a new system, one that works with your biology instead of against it. Let's start with something ridiculously simple and completely free: natural sunlight. As soon as you wake up, within the first 30 to 60 minutes, get outside and expose your eyes to natural light. You don't need to stare at the sun. Just walk near a window, step onto your balcony, or take a short walk. Why? Because sunlight triggers your brain to stop producing melatonin, the sleep hormone, and start releasing cortisol, not in a stress way, but in an energizing way. This cortisol surge tells your body, hey, it's time to be alert. Researchers at Stanford and the Huberman Lab emphasize this over and over. Morning sunlight is like pressing the on switch for your circadian rhythm. Without it, your internal clock drifts. You feel foggy, sluggish, and tired, even if you had enough sleep. Now let's talk about water. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated. And even slight dehydration reduces brain performance. Your attention drops, your mood dips, and your body feels heavy. So before you reach for your phone, your emails, or yes, even your coffee, drink water, a full glass. Add a pinch of sea salt and a slice of lemon if you want to boost hydration even more. This isn't just a wellness cliche. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that even mild dehydration caused headaches, fatigue, and difficulty concentrating. Hydrating early gives your brain the fuel it needs to fire up. Here's the part you'll resist, but it's a game changer. Movement. No, you don't need to go to the gym at 6 a.m., but just 3 to 5 minutes of light movement can change your entire day. Stretch. Do 10 jumping jacks. Try a 2-minute walk around your house. Even standing and shaking out your limbs for 30 seconds helps. Movement increases circulation, sends oxygen to your brain, and releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals. It's a natural stimulant that doesn't cause a crash. Remember, motion is energy. If you're feeling slow, you don't need more caffeine. You need momentum. Here's one for the brave: cold water exposure. Even a 30-second cold splash on your face, or a brisk cold shower in the morning spikes dopamine and norepinephrine, neurochemicals responsible for alertness and motivation. Cold exposure activates your sympathetic nervous system. It wakes you up fast, no espresso needed. That's why athletes and high performers use cold plunges and ice baths, but you don't need anything fancy. A cold shower or face dip will do the job, and the energy boost lasts for hours. So now you've hydrated, caught some sunlight, moved your body, and maybe even braved a splash of cold water. Already you're ahead of 90% of people dragging themselves through the morning fog. But let's take it a step further. Let's talk about breathing. It sounds basic, because it is. But most people breathe shallow and fast, especially in the morning when cortisol is already rising. That kind of breathing triggers your stress response instead of energizing you. The fix? Start your day with slow, controlled breathing. Try this simple technique right after you wake up. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4, exhale for 6. Do this for just 1 to 2 minutes. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, balancing out your morning cortisol. Instead of a jittery, anxious energy, you get a calm, steady alertness. Think of it like setting your nervous system's tone for the rest of the day. Next up, fuel your body, not your cravings. A lot of people skip breakfast, or worse, they eat sugary cereals, processed pastries, or sweetened coffee drinks that spike their blood sugar and crash them by 10 a.m. If you want sustained morning energy, you need a breakfast that balances protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Think eggs with avocado, Greek yogurt with berries and chia seeds, or oatmeal with almond butter and flax. These foods give your brain the amino acids it needs for neurotransmitter production. They also stabilize your blood sugar, which keeps your energy smooth and your mood steady. And if you're someone who practices intermittent fasting, that's fine. Just make sure when you do eat, your first meal is built to fuel, not to crash you. Now let's go deeper. Your energy isn't just physical, it's mental. And one of the most powerful tools for morning clarity is intentionality. Ask yourself this question as early as possible. What is the one thing I absolutely must accomplish today? Not 10 things, not your whole to-do list, just one clear priority. This technique, known as the one thing rule, helps eliminate decision fatigue and mental clutter. It gives your brain a target, a reason to wake up and move forward. Write that one thing down. Put it on a sticky note. Say it out loud. Your energy flows where your focus goes. Without direction, even a well-rested, well-fed, well-hydrated body will wander aimlessly. Let's also talk about digital noise, because the first hour of your morning is where your mind is the most impressionable. The worst thing you can do after waking up is to scroll. Notifications, messages, news feeds, and social media inject stress and comparison into your brain before you've even had a chance to define your own mindset. Instead, try a no-input morning. That means no checking emails, no scrolling TikTok, no doom scrolling through headlines for the first 30 to 60 minutes of your day. Give your mind silence, space, room to breathe and organize itself. If you want to go a level deeper, pair this time with journaling. Ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? What's my top goal? What's my current mood and why? Journaling gives your subconscious a chance to speak. You're no longer reacting. You're creating. And here's something you probably haven't heard before. Sound design can transform your morning. Think about it. Your mind is absorbing data from your environment constantly. So why not program your environment to support alertness and clarity? Try playing lo-fi beats, ambient focus music, or even natural soundscapes like rain or forest birds. Avoid chaotic, fast-paced content in the first hour. Set the tone. You don't need hype, you need harmony. Now, if you really want to wake up feeling like your brain is already on when your feet hit the floor, you need to rewind the clock and start with the night before. Because here's the truth. Morning energy doesn't begin in the morning. It begins with sleep alignment. It's not just how long you sleep, it's when you sleep and how consistent it is. Let me introduce you to a concept called circadian anchoring. This means training your internal body clock by going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. That consistency stabilizes your hormones, improves deep sleep quality, and naturally primes your body to wake up with energy, even before the alarm. If your wake-up time jumps around, your body never knows when to release energy hormones like cortisol and dopamine. That's why some days you're a zombie and some days you feel unstoppable. So anchor your sleep. If you want to wake up at 6:30 a.m., your wind down should start around 9:30 p.m., with lights dimmed, screens off, and your environment shifting into low stimulus mode. Speaking of light, cutting artificial light is one of the most overlooked sleep hacks. Blue light from screens suppresses melatonin, the hormone that makes you feel sleepy. Even 30 minutes of screen time before bed can delay your melatonin production by over an hour. Try this. After 8 p.m., turn on warm lighting or use a red-tinted screen filter. Many phones have a night shift or eye comfort setting. Use it. And if you're working late, wear blue light-blocking glasses. They look kind of ridiculous, but they work. You'll fall asleep faster and wake up with fewer crashes, even without caffeine. Now let's go tactical. If you want to feel energized without coffee, you need to understand your chronotype, your body's natural energy rhythm. Not everyone is built to be a 5 a.m. gym beast. Some people have their peak energy later in the day, and that's okay. The goal isn't to force yourself into someone else's rhythm, it's to discover your own. Start tracking. When do you feel most focused? When do you crash? When are you naturally ready for sleep? Design your routine around that, and suddenly you're not fighting your body anymore. You're moving with it. Now, what about caffeine withdrawal? Let's be honest. If you've been dependent on coffee for years, quitting cold turkey can be rough. Here's the better option: gradual replacement. Start by delaying your first cup. If you normally drink coffee at 7 a.m., wait until 9 a.m. for the first week. The next week, push it to 10. Eventually, replace it with green tea, then with no caffeine at all. Green tea has less caffeine plus L-theanine, an amino acid that smooths out the jitteriness and improves focus. It's a perfect stepping stone. Another great substitute? Adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha or rhodiola. These help regulate your cortisol levels, reduce stress, and promote balanced energy, not artificial spikes. And remember, you don't have to hate mornings to fix them. You just need to build a system that supports your biology, your brain, and your habits. So instead of forcing yourself to wake up and be productive right away, create a morning ramp-up. Start with silence, then sunlight, then hydration, then movement, then mental clarity. Stack those wins. You don't need 50 different productivity tools. You need one solid morning that builds momentum, without the crash. And here's the wild part. When you get this right, you stop needing coffee, not because you don't like it, but because you don't need it anymore. All right, now that you've got the foundation of a powerful, caffeine-free morning, it's time to build on that momentum by engineering your environment and rewiring your mind. Let's start with the environment, because here's a truth you can't ignore. Your surroundings either energize you or drain you. If your bedroom is cluttered, your desk is chaotic, and your morning routine space feels lifeless, don't be surprised if your brain stays in sleep mode, even if your body is awake. You don't need a Pinterest-perfect space, but you do need intentional cues. Put a plant on your desk, something alive, something green. Open the curtains. Tidy up before bed so you wake up to order, not overwhelm. Light a candle, play instrumental music. Have a bottle of water ready by your bedside. These little details send a signal to your brain. This is a place of clarity, of movement, of forward momentum. Next, set visual triggers. Want to remember to stretch when you wake up? Lay your yoga mat where you'll see it. Want to journal first thing? Keep your notebook on your pillow. Want to take your supplements or vitamins? Put them right beside your glass of water. The goal is to eliminate as many micro-decisions as possible. Because decision fatigue starts early. The more choices you need to make in the morning, the more energy you burn just getting started. Now let's layer in something powerful: habit stacking. This concept, popularized by James Clear in Atomic Habits, is simple. You take a habit you already do and stack a new habit directly after it. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will drink a full glass of water. After I drink water, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. After I stretch, I'll say 1 affirmation. Each habit becomes a trigger for the next. And soon, you don't have to think about your morning, it runs itself. This is how energy becomes automatic. You're not trying to feel motivated, you're running a system that carries you forward, step by step. And speaking of systems, let's talk about mental priming. You can have the healthiest routine in the world, but if your mindset is stuck in dread, anxiety, or negativity, your energy will always be capped. So here's a simple reframe. Every morning is a reset, not a repeat. You are not yesterday's failure. You're not last night's mistakes. Morning is the most forgiving time of day. It gives you a blank page, and what you write on that page starts in your mind. Take 60 seconds, literally just 1 minute, and ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to bring into today? What kind of person do I want to show up as? Say it out loud. I am clear. I am calm. I am capable. I don't need caffeine. I have discipline. I move with purpose and peace. You are not lying to yourself. You are leading yourself. Your thoughts create your energy. Choose them wisely. And here's a secret most people never realize. The reason you feel tired isn't always because of what you didn't do. It's because of what you're mentally dragging behind you. Guilt, regret, overwhelm. Those things are energy leaks. When you release them, your body follows. You feel lighter, stronger, more alive. No espresso shot can do that, but your mind can. So instead of starting your day by chasing the world, start by centering yourself. Your energy doesn't come from caffeine, it comes from clarity. Now that you understand the science, the habits, and the mindset behind real morning energy, let's bring it all together into one clear, repeatable system. This is your no caffeine morning routine, optimized for clarity, momentum, and lasting energy. And the best part? It takes less than 60 minutes to complete. Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Wake with intention. No more slamming the snooze button. The moment you open your eyes, give yourself a purpose. Say this out loud. This day matters. I'm grateful to be alive. Let's go. This takes 5 seconds, but it shifts your energy from reactive to intentional. Step 2. Light before screens. Immediately expose yourself to natural light. Step outside if you can, or stand near a bright window. This sets your circadian rhythm and tells your body it's time to be alert. Resist the urge to check your phone. Delay input. Give your mind silence before stimulation. Step 3. Hydrate your system. Drink a full glass of water. Bonus points if you add a pinch of sea salt and a splash of lemon. You've been fasting from water for 6 to 8 hours. Your body craves hydration. This will immediately boost your energy, brain clarity, and digestion. Step 4. Move to wake the mind. Do 3 to 5 minutes of movement. This can be as simple as stretching, jumping jacks, squats, or a brisk walk. No fancy workout needed. Just get your blood flowing. Motion creates momentum. Step 5. Cold exposure. Optional but powerful. Splash your face with cold water or step into a cool shower for 30 seconds. This sharpens alertness, spikes dopamine, and signals your nervous system to fully wake up. Step 6. Breathe with purpose. Spend 1 to 2 minutes practicing controlled breathing. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4, exhale for 6. This activates your calm alert state. Your energy will feel grounded, not frantic. Step 7. Fuel with intention. When it's time to eat, choose real fuel. Protein, healthy fats, fiber. Think eggs, oats, fruit, nuts. No sugar bombs, no energy crashes. Just clean, stable fuel for your brain and body. Step 8. Set one core intention. Open your journal or a notepad and answer. What is my one most important task today? Write it down. Commit. Let everything else orbit around that one thing. Step 9. Eliminate energy leaks. Avoid early distractions. No social media, no email, no noise. If you're still tired by this point, it's not physical, it's mental clutter. Create space before you start taking in the world. Step 10. Speak your identity. Affirm who you are, not who you used to be. Who you are becoming. I am consistent. I am disciplined. I create my own energy. This is how you break the addiction to caffeine. This is how you build a lifestyle that doesn't depend on stimulants to function. Because here's the truth. You don't need coffee. You need clarity. You don't need motivation. You need a system. You don't need to be superhuman. You just need to show up deliberately, daily, and with purpose. Morning energy isn't about hype. It's about rhythm. It's about respecting your biology and designing your environment, habits, and thoughts to work with you, not against you. And when you get that right, you stop surviving your mornings and start owning them. So the next time you feel the urge to grab a triple shot latte to feel alive, try giving yourself space. Try giving your body breath, movement, water, light, and intention. It's free, it's powerful, and it works. Your energy is already inside you. Now go unlock it. No coffee required.